Tonight, we are learning at least one neighborhood is seeing changes after years of unauthorized parties at their pool. It comes after WRAL Investigates asked the HOA how it planned to get the parties under control.
This is a story we told you about yesterday at 6 o'clock. WRAL Investigates' Destiny Patterson explains what HOAs are required to do and what changes lawmakers want to see.
This pool has been shut down before because of parties full of people who don't live here.
Causing disruptions, breaking the rules, staying after hours when it's closed.
Residents reported the same issues at both Trace at Old Town and Edge of Auburn.
The HOA is almost non-existent.
After WRAL Investigates asked both HOAs how they plan to get this problem under control, we learned that the Edge of Auburn now has a security guard and more signs around its pool. Here at the Trace at Old Town, the HOA would not directly answer any of my questions, citing an ongoing police investigation. Residents say that they hired a security team earlier this year, but that the parties are still happening. When you have put in complaints with the HOA, what do you hear back?
We're doing things with the board. We're trying to find solutions. We will find something and let you know.
Zainab Aladina lives at Trace at Old Town, and you still feel like there's more that needs to be done.
There is 100% a lot more that they need to do.
When did you move in here? She's one of more than a dozen residents who showed up to share their concerns with WRAL Investigates. Residents have requested higher fencing and more security cameras and a review of fob use in community spaces in order to identify if other residents are enabling the events. Do you think that part of the issue here is that the HOA is run by people who don't live in the community?
I don't think they care beyond selling.
Even when the developer is still in control, they are acting as board members and have certain obligations to enforce the governing documents.
That's HOA attorney Harmony Taylor.
So when it comes to places like the pool or clubhouse, etc., there are almost always rules and regulations.
I went through the pool rules of both communities. They both limit how many guests each household can bring to the pool, and they also prohibit improper conduct or potentially dangerous behavior.
The challenge of takeovers and other actions at pools really puts a finger and points directly to that tension. What can we do to protect our owners and protect their interests while not getting involved in people's personal business in a way that's inappropriate?
We don't have an oversight entity in our state to regulate.
Representative Yao Liu proposed this bill to implement more HOA oversight. The bill would have tasked the North Carolina Department of Justice with collecting complaint data and submitting reports to the state legislature. The bill did not get past the House in the short session. Why do you think that these HOA bills are not making it over the finish line?
We have faced a lot of opposition from the HOA management companies and some HOAs. In these communities, homeowners say they want to see structure and they want to feel safe in the place they call home. Destiny Patterson, WRAL News.